Hello everyone and welcome to Combat Craft. I'm Sensei Oscar and I'm going to teach you all about staged combat, both on screen and on stage. Now, there are three pillars that separate simulated violence from real violence. So those three pillars are crapping, stacking, and napping. Now, what does that all mean? First off, we have crap, C-R-A-P. That stands for cue, reaction, action, performance. I'm going to go in depth about what this means when you're creating a scene with your partner. Okay, say I'm working this scene right here. Very cool. Now, I don't want to punch my partner when he's not ready. So I have to use crap, C-R-A-P, to help my partner know when I'm going to attack, and I want to make sure he knows what's coming. So for this punch right here, you can see I raise up my hand and I show him my fist like this so he knows what the next move is. Sometimes in a fight, you get a little jumbled. You kind of forget the move sometime. So I'm showing, hey, I'm going to come with this big right cross and you have to dodge it or block it or whatever is going to happen. So that's the cue. My cue to him is me raising my arm up. That's the cue. Now, the reaction is him telling me he's ready to receive that punch, block that punch, whatever it is. His reaction to me, this instance, is getting out of the way. So I have my arm up, I'm ready to throw it, but I'm not going to throw it until he starts to move, until he starts to dodge. Then I know, okay, that's his reaction, so now it's time for me to do my action, which is throw the punch. So again, cue, showing my partner I'm ready. The reaction is him telling me he's ready. Action, throwing the punch. And the performance is the acting. That's the selling the hit or selling the block, whatever it is. And I'll show you more in this next video.
Just give me the bathroom key!
So we covered the cueing, we covered the reaction, we kind of covered the action. That's the actual doing of the move. And then finally there's the performance, which is the fun part. That's writhing around in pain, feeling tired, whatever the feeling is, that's where the acting comes in. So now we have a scene where I get hit over the head with a glass bottle, and then I have a scene where I pick him up, and then he's performing, you know, he's pretending he's in pain because he's not really in pain. And when he hits me with the glass bottle, it's a sugar glass, so it doesn't hurt very much. It's just breaks instantly. So that's the performance now. So it's the acting in between. That's the last of it. That's the performance. So cueing, showing your partner the hit's gonna come, that bottle smash is gonna come. The reaction, telling your partner I'm ready for it. So you can see here, I make eye contact with him right as he's about to throw that bottle. I'm telling him, hey, throw that bottle. If I wasn't looking at him, he wouldn't throw that bottle. He would wait. And then performance. My head. It hurts. That's the acting. That's the fun part. The second pillar of stage combat is stacking. Stacking either the audience or the camera. Now, when we fight, not very often do the hits actually connect. You're not actually hitting the person. When you do stage combat, you either stack the audience or stack the camera. So when you do your action, it looks like you're hitting the person, but you're not really hitting them. Now, you can see in this video here, I'm throwing these punches. It doesn't look like it's hitting at all. We're like 4 feet apart. I'm punching right across my body. How does that make sense? I'm not even touching her. Now, when we flip to the other side, when we stack the camera, and then we add that nap, we add a sound effect, boom, it looks like I'm actually hitting her. So that's how we get away with all these hits. I'm not actually making contact with somebody. I'm pretending I'm making contact. My fist is traveling across that line of either the audience or the camera, but I'm not making that contact. I'm just layering things so it looks like I am. And then finally, in our last pillar, we have napping, K-N-A-P, knap, or just napping. Now, what this means is creating a sound to help simulate that violence that's happening. Now, if you're doing it on film, you don't have to worry about it. Your editor, boom, they're gonna throw in all those sound effects for you. Now, if you're doing it on stage, you don't have an editor throwing in those sound effects for you, so you need to make those sounds yourself. Now, what you do is you're gonna find a part on your body that makes a nice slap sound. So I like to pick my thigh, sometimes it's your butt cheek, whatever makes that sound. And typically you wanna hide that from your audience. So when you throw that punch or when you throw that slap, boom, you're making that noise yourself, or either your partner, or sometimes even a third person off stage. So 3 types of naps. There's operator, receiver, and shared naps. So the first one's an operator nap. That's when I'm gonna make a noise while I slap Delaney. So operator naps, I'm gonna hit the side of my leg or any part of my body that makes some noise. So when I slap her, boom, you get a nice nap sound somewhere. One more time, if I'm here, boom, I get a nice slap sound. Receiver naps is Delaney is gonna do the nap and I just do the slap. So 1, 2, 3, boom. So a third type of nap is a shared nap. So this one, Delaney has her hand right here. For the slap, my hand's gonna come down, high five her in the middle, and come back up. So from the side, it's gonna look like this. But when I stack it this way, boom, step a little this way. There we go. Now my slap looks like this. So that about covers our first lesson about the 3 pillars of stage combat: crapping, stacking, and napping. Crap, making sure that your partner is safe and that you cue that action so you both know what's going to happen next. Stacking the audience or the camera so you can hide those hits so you don't actually have to connect anything. And then finally, napping, helping to sell that simulated violence with sound effects. So hopefully you learned something. I'll see you in the next episode where we go even more depth into a little bit more martial arts, maybe even into some weapons.